I'm half Palestinian, half Ukrainian. Of course, I felt at some point that half of me is being dehumanized when the other half is completely humanized. You cannot stand with Ukraine and not stand with Palestine. And at the same time, you cannot stand with Palestine without standing with Ukraine. Because what's happening, there's occupation on both sides. There's settler colonialism, there's illegal occupation. My father is Palestinian, my mom is Ukrainian. I was raised in a Palestinian refugee camp in Lebanon for the first 15 years of my life. We then moved to Ukraine in 2021 after the situation in Lebanon was getting worse. And then the war started in Ukraine. But now that the events started in Gaza, I felt that the narrative is changing a bit. So before, when I used to introduce myself as Ukrainian, I didn't need to explain myself twice in order to really see the empathy in people's eyes. But now, if I wanted to introduce myself as a Palestinian, I needed to prove first that I'm not a terrorist. This time I felt the oppression. I'm the same exact human, but being treated in a different way. When it comes to what's happening in Palestine, suddenly everything becomes complex and complicated when it's really simple. There's an occupier and there's the occupied. There's the oppressor and there are the oppressed. It's not the problem of Ukrainians that they got this humanization. That is how every refugee needs to be treated, whether in Palestine, in Congo, in Sudan, or other oppressed nations. And I guess so many Ukrainians are now really getting what's really happening, because what's happening in Ukraine, being colonized and being oppressed, has been happening in Gaza, in Palestine, in West Bank, everywhere in Palestine for the past 75 years. Oppressed people know how it feels, and oppressed people, that is how we really connect. We know each other suffering and pain. It's not only about Palestine anymore, it's about the world injustices. The occupation, the wars, the genocides, they kill the people that we love. But one thing they can never steal away from us is the freedom that we have within, and the hope that we have within that one day Palestine will be free and Ukraine will be free. Slava Ukraine, heroyam slava. سلام لأرض خلقت للسلام وما رأت يوما سلاما.